Imagine voting for a candidate who wins and then quits the office they just won a week later. Imagine donating to that candidate, volunteering for that candidate, only to have them walk in and out of office in one fluid motion like that Grandpa Simpson meme. Democratic State Senator Chris Hansen of Denver just got reelected to 4 more years, but he's going to leave and not serve the term, headed for the exit. Politics guy Marshall Zellinger explains.
Of the 18 state Senate seats up for election last week, Denver's Senate District 31 was one of the most lopsided. It's a district that covers Denver from Lowry and Cherry Creek to Cap Hill, downtown, and Wash Park. Democratic State Senator Chris Hansen won with 84%, more than 72,000 votes. And he'll be resigning. That's according to a dozen sources in and around the state capitol. Hansen only told me he'll make a public announcement tomorrow. For the 72,000 people who voted for him, they'll now have to wait for a vacancy committee of no more than 121 people to pick his replacement. Of the 100 current lawmakers serving out their term through January, 29 entered the Capitol through vacancy committees. Once the new lawmakers get sworn in next year, that number drops to 19. It's a well-known problem that even those who have benefited from have no better solution.
I think that the people of Colorado deserve to have representation in the legislature. Preventing someone from filling that spot takes that away from them.
Democratic State Senator Jeff Bridges won his re-election last week. He was first appointed to the Senate through a vacancy committee.
Our vacancy process is not transparent.
Democratic State Representative Lorena Garcia also won her re-election. She was appointed to her seat 2 years ago when a lawmaker resigned just after winning re-election, like Hansen will do this year. The Denver Democrats are already preparing for his vacancy, sending out this internal message saying, as you may know, there will soon be a vacancy committee meeting for Senate District 31, that's Hansen's seat, and potentially for House District 6 or House District 2. Here's what that sentence means. The representatives for House District 2 and 6 may run for Hansen's seat, creating the need for a vacancy committee for one of their seats. Democratic State Representative Stephen Woodrow just won re-election in House District 2. He told me he's taking a serious look at running for Hansen's seat. House District 6 voters just chose Democratic Representative-elect Sean Camacho. He did not confirm he would seek Hansen's seat, but told me it's really important that people have a choice. It just can't be the next person in line.
But first, the vacancy committees themselves also have vacancies. And so now, apparently, there is a push behind the scenes to get people appointed to these vacancy committees that might pick the person who is trying to get the people on the committee. So you might think behind the scenes, Woodrow and Camacho's people are trying to get onto these vacancy committees to ultimately vote and say, this is the person I want.
This whole process reminds me of one of my favorite quotes to ever come out of the state capitol, also from State Senator Chris Hansen, in which he was being asked about some backroom deal that they were working on to cut other legislators and the public out of it. And he said, I'm not quoting, he said, this isn't a backroom deal. We do it like this all the time, which of course does not tell you whether or not it's a backroom deal, just that they do it all the time. And somebody's going to say to you, well, this is just how we do it. We do it like this all the time, Marshall.
Sure. We've heard that. And we've heard the people who have benefited from this say, well, there's really not a better solution. Because if let's say this happens and then suddenly that seat was blank until you had an expensive special election, you go the entire 2025 without someone representing the Senate for Hansen's district, perhaps, or you appoint someone and then do something special in the interim, like have another election before 2 years from now, because whoever takes that seat, they'll have it for 2 years, even though it's a 4-year term, they'll have it for 2 years, and then that seat itself gets brought up for re-election for the 4-year term. So you've shifted when that seat actually gets picked, because it was 4 years this year, and it's going to be 4 years again in 2 years.
You think he knew he was going to bail while he was running? You don't have to answer that. You can ask him that tomorrow. Thank you, Marshall. Appreciate it.